The coast off Miami is vibrant, but very vulnerable. This fragile ecosystem is under threat from rising sea levels and strong storms. And for PhD student Maya Brooks, the issue is personal.
I've always been a very curious little girl, and I always loved science, but I didn't see any scientists around me. So I didn't really think about it as a profession.
Maya grew up in Detroit, Michigan, far from the ocean. But as a University of Miami student, she is on the front line, trying to protect one of South Florida's most important natural defenses.
Fulfilling is something I never felt before until I really started doing marine science and science communication, because you can feel kind of isolated when you're in the lab because not a lot of people look like me in my lab. But when I'm doing science communication, I'm able to reach these communities that do look like me, that did not know anything about my work.
Florida's coral reefs have lost more than 90% of their cover since the 1970s, largely due to rising temperatures and pollution. And in the past few years, mass bleaching events have affected large sections of living coral. But that's where the program that Maya is working on comes into play. ResilientSea is an NOAA-funded program that combines science with community action. Along with hosting coastal cleanups, ResilientSea takes volunteers out on the water to help monitor and plant coral reefs.
I think the special thing about community science is that it can be a light bulb for someone. Where they don't even realize this work is occurring or that there's space for them, but there is, and there's actually a need. We really need new, diverse backgrounds, expertise.
Early results show promise. Some restoration sites are seeing coral survival rates between 60 and 80% in the first year.
In year one, we had hundreds of people that had never heard of our organizations or these activities before connect with us and come out and support the cause.
But there is a problem. The scale of restoration is still small compared to the damage happening across the entire ecosystem. And it isn't just about marine life. Coral reefs can reduce wave energy up to 97%, acting as a natural barrier against storm surge. Without them, coastal communities like Miami face greater flooding and damage from storms.
It might seem like going out and planting sea oats on the beach or going out and planting corals out in the reefs is, not really going to affect you immediately. But in the long term, think about hundreds of thousands of people or tens of thousands of people doing those exact things, restoring the habitats that protect us.
The mission goes beyond science. With this work, the program highlights not only the science behind conservation, but also the people it impacts. The message is simple. The ocean belongs to everyone, and protecting it requires everyone's voice.
Because I feel like my community, we have this very negative notion of the ocean, and I want to change the perspective because I want to change what a marine scientist could look like. And for my kids to know, or my future just in general, people who looks like me, to know that we can do this work and we are part of this world too.
Through cleanups, education, and hands-on restoration, programs like ResilientSea are trying to build both a stronger ecosystem and a stronger community that cares more about the ocean.
I think people who like the ocean in general and like to be out here, it's easier for them to care more about it compared to people who can't swim, for example, because they're never going to find themselves out here. But I think it's important in general for us to just try to care.
For Maya, this work is about more than coral. It's about protecting a city and changing who gets to be a part of the fight. Jadyn Cohee, UMTV.